Hello, everyone. And before you click away, I just want to say that you're great, that you matter, and that I'm really happy that you're here. A lot of people don't stick to the end, so I wanted to say it at the beginning for a change of pace. And in this episode of the Darrell Brooks saga, we're going to continue with this witness, this officer, and we're going to continue to see how Darrell gets even more upset. So I hope you're ready for that. But before that, to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. We are 20 people away from 2,100 subscribers. So if you are not subscribed, click the subscribe button, the like button, and or share it with a friend. I know we can make the community grow and be all around each other. It really puts a smile on my face every time someone comments or watches the video. It means a lot to me. But yeah, let's go into the video.
And you also stated that you cleared the vehicle for possible threats to yourself. If no one was in the vehicle, what did you need to clear the vehicle? What would be the threat?
Well, Darrell, there's plenty of stuff that people can leave inside a vehicle that could be a threat after anyone leaves.
Based on, again, as I earlier stated, what had occurred in the downtown, plus the fact that Officer Skolin had fired rounds at this vehicle, I was unsure who or what may be inside the vehicle. Given the time of day, as it was becoming dusk, it was getting harder to see outside. So to ensure my own safety, I cleared it the way I earlier stated.
So would it be fair to say that, well, let me back up. You took this photo, correct?
That is correct.
So that would mean you were, at least by that time, sure that no one was in the vehicle. Would that be fair to say?
That is correct.
So did you clear the vehicle before taking the picture or afterward?
I cleared the vehicle before I took the photograph.
Did you find any threats in there?
After I initially cleared it, no. It was deemed to not be a threat to my person.
Did you do any other investigating after you had took this photo?
Can you rephrase the question?
Did you do any other investigating after you took this photo?
You didn't rephrase the question. You just asked the same question again.
After the photographs were collected of the vehicle in place from multiple angles, I did locate identifying information inside the vehicle.
What I'm asking is, so let me back up. So that was the extent of your investigation was finding whatever you found in the vehicle at that point?
Correct.
Grounds?
I'll withdraw. Thank you.
Correct.
So when you were clearing the vehicle, would it be fair to say that you could have done the same investigational work at that time?
What is the point of this? Who cares if he did one thing first and the other one next? He did it. He didn't have to do anything at once. He was being careful to follow procedure.
No, that would not be fair to say.
And why not?
Because when you're clearing a vehicle to ensure that there are no threats to you, you're not looking for anything specific as far as evidentiary value. You're looking for a threat to your person.
So you would clear the vehicle of threats after being in the vehicle to do that, and then go back into the vehicle and look for, or start investigating rather.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly normal and safe. Why so baffling to you?
Correct.
Why not do them all at once?
Okay.
Is that a procedural thing or
Asked and answered, Your Honor. I object.
grounds?
Sustained. Next question.
Is it usually procedure to investigate later on after clearing for threats?
Yes, you always want to ensure that where you're working on an investigation is clear of threats and that you are safe.
Would that be the same protocol if you were searching a home?
Objection. Relevance.
Grounds?
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain?
Relevance.
He it doesn't matter, Brooks. If he does this at a home or at the car, it doesn't matter anymore. And you asked it multiple different times. Get to your point. Oof.
And you may mention that
You hear that under his breath, like, you're such a joke? You're the only one that we're laughing at, Brooks.
the vehicle wasn't, I guess I would say, touched or between the time that you were flagged down with the location of the vehicle until you actually observed the vehicle, you stated that you don't believe the vehicle was touched in any way in that time?
Objection, that's a misstatement of his testimony.
Grounds, you said something similar to that.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
Are you sure that the vehicle was not touched in the time that you were flagged down about the location of the possible vehicle and observing the vehicle?
I am unaware if the vehicle was manipulated in any fashion from the time that Mr. Lascano flagged me down and to the time that I located the vehicle in the driveway.
Do you know approximately how long it took you to get to the vehicle when you were initially flagged down about the location of the vehicle?
I do not know how long it took me to get to the vehicle upon being flagged down.
So it's possible that it could have been manipulated.
Yes, it's possible.
But what's the implication, Brooks? That by the time that you left the vehicle and ran away and the officer got to the vehicle, someone, for some reason, had your information, your paperwork, the paperwork of the car, and put it in there, manipulating the evidence, so they blame you? Is this the conspiracy theory? That they had the paperwork for your person and put it inside that car? It's impossible. It's registered to your mom. You were caught in the area of that place. So what?
At the time that you located the vehicle, were you aware of any suspect identification or name?
Can you restate your question, please?
At the time you located the vehicle, were you aware of any suspect or name of suspect?
You said the same exact question.
No, I was unaware of any names of any suspect involved in the incident at the time I located the vehicle.
And when did you learn of that information, if you learned of that information?
I only learned the information of a possible suspect upon locating the identifying documents inside the vehicle and subsequently providing that information to dispatch.
At the time you found that information, did you immediately regard that information to be the possible suspect?
Yes.
Yes, since it was in the vehicle that was heavily damaged, the red Ford Escape with the bullet hole in the windshield, yes, I believe that that information indeed belonged to a suspect.
Possible subject at this point. He made that clear. So that doesn't mean that he already knew it was you, Brooks. But since there was a car that a witness testified to seeing leaving the parade and then dumping the car there, and then he saw the damage and the bullet holes, then it's a big possibility that it was. And it was.
And at some point you ran the license plates number. Would that be fair to say?
Correct, I did.
And you also stated that it was registered to someone that was not the suspect. Would that be fair to say?
As far as I know at that, or I'm sorry, as far as I knew at that time, I did not know if the person registered the vehicle to was a suspect or not.
You also stated that you found identifying paperwork in your investigation of the vehicle. Did that information match the identity of who the vehicle was registered to?
No, the identifying information again for Mr. Brooks that was inside the vehicle did not match the registration on file with Wisconsin Department of Transportation for the registration of the vehicle, which was Don L. Woods.
For the record, I don't identify by that name. Yet again, stating that for the record.
Which name, Brooks? Woods? Which name? He said two names there and never referred to you as one. So, are you taking the Brooks name or not?
For the record, the jury will disregard that commentary by the defendant, and it also mischaracterizes the witness's testimony.
It does not. I was just stating for the record.
Again, the jury will disregard that commentary as Mr. Brooks is not presently testifying.
The information you found in the car, the vehicle was not registered to that person, correct?
That's
That's
an
correct.
answer.
So there's a possibility that at any time, multiple people can utilize that vehicle. Would that be fair to say?
Objection, speculation.
Grounds.
Calls for speculation. Sustained.
Oh, so you're saying that your mom did this, Brooks? Are you putting your mom on trial? Because she has some blame to it, but are you putting her on trial now? Is she the one that's supposed to be there sitting next to you?
Would you agree that a vehicle registered to one person and information found by another person constitutes that more than one person used the vehicle?
Objection.
Grounds.
Go ahead.
The question was, does that prove that more than one person could drive the car? That's an improper question.
That wasn't the question.
Well, sustained as to the form of the question and assumes facts, not in evidence.
State that last part again.
It assumes facts, not in evidence, your question.
Yeah, you're speculating about the vehicle and who drove it. He doesn't know. What are you asking him?
Question, please.
Is it fair to say that people leave all types of information in family members' vehicles at any time?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant, speculation.
Sustained.
And he just, by saying that, he just related himself to Don Woods, the owner of the vehicle. Like he just told him that he is Darrell Brooks by association because Don only has one kid at this point.
Grounds for the
I think.
sustain.
Ask your next question, Mr. Brooks, please.
May I have the grounds, please?
The objection has been sustained. Ask your next question, please.
May I have the grounds?
No.
The court's not answering that. The record is self-evident.
Is that a tacit agreement?
Here's what I found.
No.
Sir, I don't know what a tacit agreement is, so please keep going.
Did you hear that someone is using the phone on the courtroom? That's a no-no, people. Turn off or put it on silent.
Clearly know what it is. Would it be fair to say, and this is along the lines of the same question, would it be fair to say that at some point you've left items in other people's vehicles?
Objection.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevance.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain?
Next question, please, sir. I've sustained this question multiple times, multiple
wasn't
ways
the
you've
same
asked it.
question.
Next question, please.
May I have the grounds?
90611, sir.
May I have the grounds?
Next question, please.
Is it to relevancy? Is it to hearsay?
Under 90611, ask your next question or I will cut off your cross-examination. Please ask your next question,
You
sir.
have to give the grounds, though, Your
No,
Honor.
you don't.
Especially if I'm merely just asking for the grounds of the sustain.
Sir, ask your next question.
What's the point of me asking questions if I can't ask anything?
The jury will disregard his commentary
Can't
that he
even
just
You can ask relevant questions and stuff that doesn't call for hearsay, Brooks. All of that is allowed. You've been allowed to ask thousands of questions at this point. Who cares? Just follow the rules and you can ask your question.
Just stated right now.
Do you recall speaking to, well, you said you spoke to a few people you didn't know if they were the owner of the house or the driveway or the renter. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, that's correct.
Did anyone you spoke to give you a description of a possible driver?
I was given multiple descriptions by multiple parties of multiple suspects that had fled the vicinity of the vehicle.
And what do you mean by multiple descriptions of multiple suspects?
What do you think that means, Brooks? Like reading, like hearing comprehension. He just told you what it means.
2, 3, 4 people, 5.
I was given information that one male black suspect that was taller, wearing blue pants and black, had run southbound on Maple towards College. Additionally, I was given information that 2 shorter male blacks wearing gray sweatpants had run in a westerly direction from behind the residence at 338 Maple. And then later I was also given another description of a male black, unknown height, wearing like a gray sweatshirt and pants.
You said medium height for the last description?
Unknown height.
Unknown. Okay, I'm sorry. Unknown height.
So 2 out of those 3 descriptions matches you, Brooks. And the other 2 were probably running because of what just happened.
Did anyone you talked to report the sound of a crash?
No one I spoke to at this location reported anything regarding the sound of a crash.
Did you see any signs that there may have been a crash once you and other officers were securing the area?
As far as the vicinity around the vehicle or the vehicle itself?
The general area.
As far as the general area, given the time of day, I was unable to determine if there was any signs of a crash in that vicinity.
When talking to the people that you, while talking to the people that gave you the descriptions, did they identify themselves as living close or living in any of the houses in that area?
No, due to the chaotic nature of the event, I did not ascertain where these individuals lived or if they were associated with any neighboring residents.
Do you know if they made any other statements to any other law enforcement that was there present with you at that time?
Not to my knowledge.
Why do you think you received so many different descriptions of suspects?
There were no different. There were 3, and 2 of those matches you, and the other 2 is unrelated. And it's just whatever people saw at that time looking suspicious.
Multiple people from multiple angles observed different things, and there was a lot of people there. It was a very chaotic event. Even this particular scene was chaotic and hectic with numerous people coming to and from, so it was difficult to determine that information.
Did any of the people that you spoke with give any reason to why the suspects that they identified would run from the scene?
Objection. Speculation
Grounds.
also calls for hearsay.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds.
Next question, sir.
And she already told you what it was. It's speculative of them to ask why would they run. Who knows? They don't know. Only you know.
Do you recall any of the officers that were securing the scene with you having a K-9 present?
Yes, I do.
And do you recall what officer that was?
That was Officer Bausman, who was a canine handler with the City of Waukesha Police Department.
And eventually you left the scene where the vehicle was found and started searching the area?
Yes, I transferred command of that location to Officer Buttrin, had him remain at that scene for scene security with additional City of Brookfield officer. And then myself, Canine Officer Bausman, and numerous other police officers from various departments conducted an area search as we were conducting a canine track. Based on
And notice, I'm sorry to interrupt him, but everything that he's asking is in the report. He's saying the same things that are on the report that is in front of Darrell Brooks. So this is useless information for the jury. They can read the report if they want to. They have it in evidence. But why are we pushing this narrative that people didn't recognize him and that someone put papers of identifying him inside the car? No, I don't get this. I don't get how this advanced your case, Brooks.
the information I had obtained of multiple suspects running from the area.
And do you recall what time you went back to where you initially observed the vehicle?
I do not recall what time I made it back, but it was some hours later.
And did you go back to your department after leaving from the scene where you found the vehicle?
Yes, I was directed by my command staff to return to the police department as the scene was still secured by other law enforcement officers of various agencies.
And were you instructed to make contact with anyone at that point?
Yes, I was.
Do you recall who?
I do.
May you state for the jury and for the record?
Yes, upon arrival to the police department, I was directed to make contact with District Attorney Sue Opper.
Oh, here we go. This is the part that he hates about it. That he helped Susan Opper to do the paperwork to get him.
And when you say Sue Opper, are you referring to District Attorney Sue Opper?
No, Brooks. He means Sue Opper, the local ice cream lady that works in Main Street. Who do you think he's talking to?
Yes, that's
Shout out if your name is Sue Opper and you sell ice cream.
what I said.
Is she here in court today?
Yes, she is.
Can you point her out for the jury?
She's seated at the prosecution table wearing the gray cardigan.
Let the record reflect that the witness has identified Attorney Opper.
No objection, Your Honor.
The record will so reflect.
And do you recall what the nature of the contact was with Attorney Opper?
Yes, I was directed to locate Attorney Opper in the downtown area at the scene of the parade incident and subsequently transport her back to the City of Waukesha Police Department.
So I'm assuming make contact with her at the parade, so you went and picked her up?
That's correct. I picked her up in the area of Maple in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said, Brooks.
Correction, I'm sorry. The area of Maple and Main Street.
Did you continue that contact after picking her up? And let me back up. Where did you go after picking up Attorney Opper?
As I stated, once I picked her up, I transported her back to the City of Waukesha Police Department.
And did you continue to have contact at that point?
I did.
And what was the nature of that contact?
District Attorney Opper and I worked together to draft a search warrant for the 2010 red Ford Escape SUV that was in the driveway of 338 Maple Street.
You said a search warrant?
Correct.
Initially, when you secured the vehicle and then investigated the vehicle after securing it, what did you need to search for at that point that you needed a search warrant?
After I cleared the vehicle and located those items of identifying nature, that was done due to the exigency of the event and identifying any outstanding suspects. After that was done and photographed in place, I resecured the vehicle and it was no longer touched at that point. So therefore, later on, it was required to have a search warrant to continue processing that vehicle for items of evidentiary value.
So you just...
Yeah, he just did an initial investigation because he had reasonable doubt. He didn't do it just because. He had reasonable doubt that that car belonged to the person in the parade. To do a more a more deep investigation of it, he needed a warrant, which he got, and then they can tow the vehicle and take it to a place to be examined.
Stated that the vehicle wasn't touched between those times. So what if anything new did you need to search for?
Objection, argumentative.
Grounds.
Overruled. He may answer.
The basis of the search warrant was to ensure that, again, any items of evidentiary value I may have overlooked due to, again, the exigency of trying to find identifying information of an outstanding suspect, as well as clearing the vehicle for safety reasons. That is the purpose of the search warrant, is to do a more slow, methodical search of the vehicle for said items of evidentiary value.
But it would be fair to say that after initially clearing the vehicle, for, as you said, for any possible threats to you, and investigating the vehicle further a second time, what did you feel would be of evidentiary value at that point that you hadn't already observed before?
Objection, asked and answered.
Grounds.
Argumentative.
Grounds. I'm referring to him stating the evidentiary value.
Asked and answered. Sustained.
So what was the evidentiary value that you were looking for
Same objection.
with the search warrant?
It's the same question a different way, so I'm going to sustain it. It's been asked, it's been answered. Next question, please.
Can you give an example of what evidentiary...
You already asked this. You literally asked the same question 3 times in a row in different ways. What are you talking about?
value is?
Something of evidentiary value can really be anything that's pertinent to the case. An example would be like a shell casing or a spot of blood that can render DNA results, things of that nature.
Did you find any of those things when obtaining the search warrant?
Objection.
Grounds.
Well, that's factually inaccurate, Your Honor.
It assumes a fact, not an evidence. I'll sustain the objection as to the form of the question.
Did you find, upon obtaining the search warrant, were you able to find anything of evidentiary value?
Same objection, assumes a
Grounds.
fact, not an evidence, Your Honor.
Sustained. It assumes facts, not an evidence. Please rephrase and establish a foundation related.
Yeah, you need to ask around that question, Brooks. You can get to that question, but you are not. Basically what you're saying is that he got the warrant and immediately went and looked for more evidence in the car, which I don't believe is the case.
To whether this witness performed that subsequent search.
After obtaining the search warrant, did you yourself go back and search the vehicle?
No.
There you go. That's why you couldn't ask that
Do you
question.
recall what officer was dispatched to do to execute the search warrant?
No, I do not know who ultimately searched the vehicle for items of evidentiary value.
Do you recall if the vehicle was then towed from that area at some point?
Yes, the vehicle was removed at some point. I do not know when or by whom.
Do you recall where it was moved to?
I do not know where the vehicle was moved to.
You stated earlier that you did observe a gunshot in the windshield. Did you notice any other bullet marks?
No, the only mark that I observed related to a gunshot was the bullet hole in the windshield on the passenger side.
And was
Yeah, she saw a bullet hole, Brooks, not a gunshot. He couldn't see the gunshot because he wasn't there when it was fired.
that you said on the passenger side? Was it to the passenger side window, the passenger side chair, the passenger side dash? Do you recall where the bullet hole was?
As I previously stated, it was in the windshield,
Yes.
front windshield, on the passenger side.
Were you at any time given a copy of the search warrant?
Yes, upon completion of the search warrant, I was given a copy. The original went over to the command center.
Is it a standard protocol that, being that you were the one that obtained the search warrant, is it usually a thing where you don't have to be the one to execute it? Any other officer can execute it?
Yes, anyone can execute the search warrant. So you're saying that because Susan Opper was there making the asking for the search warrant, she should be the one that look into the car? It's a police department. Anyone can do anyone's job, basically, at that level. Like, any detective could have taken that and investigated.
Based on the requirement of the search warrant to process this vehicle for items of evidentiary value, that's beyond the scope of my training and experience.
Right.
So therefore, it was relayed to persons that are capable of actually doing that.
But you can, you said it's beyond your level or something. I didn't catch where you said it was beyond your level or something.
It's beyond my scope of training and experience.
Beyond your scope of training. The actual writing of the search warrant isn't above your scope and training. Would that be fair to say?
Right.
That's correct.
But the execution is.
Right.
Of this particular search warrant, yes.
What made this particular search warrant different than any ones you've ever written or obtained before?
This particular search warrant was for a search of the vehicle involved in the Christmas parade incident. And given the gravity of the situation and the resulting effects of what this vehicle was used for, persons that are highly skilled in collecting items of evidentiary value are obviously the people we want to do that rather than a patrol officer.
Yeah, Brooks, you probably see it on CSI or something like that. Cops are standing around the vehicles taking care of it, but once the experts run in to collect evidence, those are the ones that do the job that they're trained for. It's different.
And you were able to get that search warrant signed, correct?
That's correct.
Do you remember by whom?
Yes.
Can you state for the record and for the jury?
At that time of the search warrant, the on-call judge was contacted, and the on-call judge was the Honorable Jennifer Darrell.
That would be the judge right now in the courtroom.
No, Brooks. It's the Jennifer Darrell, the judge Jennifer Darrell, that sells ice cream next to Susan Opper. They have a little ice cream shop. This is really nice. I like the Rocky Road.
Yes, that's correct.
Did that complete your part of the investigation for that incident at that time?
Yes, upon getting the search warrant, I was relieved of my duties.
Did you ever come back into the investigation in any way after that point?
After that point, no.
After your part of the investigation ended, were you able to obtain any more information that you didn't know the night of your investigation?
Objection, vague,
Grounds.
cause for speculation.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
It's
Please
vague.
ask your next question.
Do you recall having any more contact with Attorney Opper after that initial night?
No.
When were you aware that it was a possibility that you could be called to testify in this matter?
When I received a subpoena to testify in this manner.
Excuse me, I didn't.
When I received a subpoena to testify in this manner.
Was that subpoena served to you by the district attorney's office?
Yes, it was.
Was it served by Attorney Opper?
I don't recall who served me directly. I believe it was via electronic.
Do you recall when you received that subpoena?
I don't recall the exact date, but it was a few months ago.
So it's pretty recent, but a little time since you received it.
Well, he said a few months ago, Brooks. Take that for what it is.
Yes, that's fair to say.
Would you by chance know who the plaintiff is in this matter? Grounds.
Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Here we go.
Ever seen or talked to the plaintiff? Had any physical interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection, vague and compound
Grounds.
question.
Sustained.
Do you even know if there's a plaintiff in this matter?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
Sustained.
You know who filed the complaint in this matter?
The complaint was filed by the district attorney's office.
Do you know if it was filed by Attorney Opper?
I don't know particularly who filed the complaint. I just know it was by the Waukesha County District Attorney's office.
Yeah.
And during your time in law enforcement, would it be fair to say that whoever files the complaint is a party to the matter?
Objection,
Grounds.
beyond the scope of the witness's
Grounds.
knowledge, Your Honor.
Sustained.
The person that files the complaint is a party to the matter. Which matter? The case? No, just because someone has the job of filing complaints or claims or whatever, that doesn't make him part. He wants that person to be there on trial to face him, to accuse him. That's not how the law system works, Brooks.
Next question.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Next question, please.
Any reason why the state of Wisconsin would be identified as the plaintiff when they did not file the complaint?
Objection, argumentative, misstatement of the law.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Ask your next question, please.
Was that the grounds?
Next question, please.
The jury deserves to know this.
The jury will disregard that last statement.
They need to know.
I've sustained the objection, sir.
They need to know what, Brooks? You have said this multiple times, what you believe the estate is and why it shouldn't, that you need to have a physical person to file a complaint. You already said that. They heard it already. Why does it matter?
Ask your next question, please.
I'm aware that it was a sustain. I'm aware. I just wanted to know the grounds. Can't keep hiding stuff from the jury.
Mr. Brooks, the court is not hiding anything from anyone, and the jury will disregard that last statement. It is not evidence in any way in this case.
Would it be fair to say that any case has a plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Lack of foundation beyond the scope of the witness's knowledge.
Sustained.
Would it be? Can I rephrase the question?
Go ahead. I can't say whether it will be answered or not, but you can go ahead and rephrase it.
I can't rephrase.
You can do it, Brooks. You don't need to ask about that.
Just so we're clear, whether it's answered or not, I can still rephrase the question.
Ask the question.
I don't know what the question will be, sir, so I can't make a ruling that's advisory. So ask your next question, please.
Are you aware that in any case brought into a courtroom, there has to be a plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Same question.
Grounds is
It
not
also
the same
misstates the
question.
law, so sustained.
If there's no plaintiff, how's their case?
Move to strike.
The jury will disregard the last comment and statement made by Mr. Brooks.
There is a plaintiff, Brooks. The plaintiff is the state of Wisconsin, who is representing all your victims, both the ones that passed away and the ones that were injured. You cannot have 60 people inside the courtroom accusing you of something. That's not how the law works. Maybe in civil law it's something close to that, but it's still, there's class act lawsuits and all that, so it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. So you don't know the law. You just know what someone told you that you could say to get out of it.
Grounds. There's a
It's a
defendant that has to be a
misstatement of the
plaintiff.
law. It's not relevant. This jury will be the judge of the facts. The court is the judge of the law. Please continue, sir, or under 906.11, I will stop the cross-examination.
Yeah, and by Darrell Brooks' logic, everyone can get away with murder. Because if you kill someone, they cannot be in the courtroom with you. So they cannot make a complaint. You see that how your logic is flawed, Brooks?
If there's a defendant, there has to be a plaintiff.
Mr. Brooks.
Like that. If there's a defendant, there has to be a plaintiff. So if I didn't kill you, you cannot put a claim against me because you're not the affected party.
Please stop. The jury will also disregard that statement. It's a mischaracterization of the law. It's a misstatement of the law.
Based on what law or fact, Your Honor?
You should know the law. She's not there to refer you to any law. You should know it.
And I'll address that with Mr. Brooks once again after the jury has been excused. One final time, you may ask another question. Otherwise, I will, and it must not be along the same lines, or under 906.11, I will ask the state whether there's any redirect.
Do you know of anyone who filed a claim in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds?
Irrelevant.
Grounds?
It's also vague, so I'll sustain it.
So the grounds is vagueness?
It's all three.
And relevance.
Is it vague or is it relevant?
It's both.
Sustained, Mr. Brooks. Next question.
So since your initial night of investigation, you've done no investigation since then in this matter?
Correct.
You already
And
asked
have
that.
you seen any news reports?
Objection. Relevance.
Can I finish the question?
No.
You can, there's been no identification, so under 906.11, meaning of, I'm going to sustain the objection without hearing the rest of the question.
Good.
I don't see how it would have any relevance. I'll let you make an offer of proof after we're outside the presence of the jury, and if necessary, you can recall this witness. Next question.
In that case, then, since that is stated on the record, no further questions. I would like to finish at some point.
Sir, finish your cross-exam as to
Just
that
said
limited.
no further questions.
Okay, but as to that limited topic only. So if there are other things outside that topic, please finish your questioning.
I just said 2 times. I'm going to say it again. No further questions.
All right, thank you then, sir. State have any redirect?
No, nothing else. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. You may be.
Out of all of that, he spent a ton of time questioning this witness, and Susan Upper was just like, nah, it's fine. I don't need to clarify anything about this clown. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And remember that you're great, that you matter, and that I'm really happy that you're here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.